Have you ever thought about what you should know by a certain age? Well, we're jumping right into that today, exploring a bold claim. There are 6 powerful truths that can totally change your life, and the benchmark for knowing them is age 45. Let's see what they are. So, really think about it for a second. What are the life lessons that truly matter by the time you hit midlife? We're about to dive into 6 very specific ones that might just make you rethink everything. And here it is. This is the whole idea we're unpacking. These aren't just gentle suggestions, you know? They're framed as essential benchmarks of wisdom. It's a pretty high bar, so let's see if they live up to it. Okay, first up, we're going to talk about how we deal with other people. The first 3 realizations are all about mastering your social world, your friends, your colleagues, everybody. All right, let's start with a pretty radical one. Life is 100% better when no one knows anything about you. I mean, think about it. In a world where everyone overshares everything, this idea says that privacy is your superpower. When you keep your moves quiet, you protect your peace. You get to build and create without all that outside noise and judgment. Okay, realization number 2 is all about who you listen to. And it's simple. Don't take advice from people who are not where you want to be in life. Now, this isn't about being dismissive or arrogant. It's about being smart. If someone hasn't actually been there and done that, their advice is just theory, right? You want to listen to the people who've walked the path they're on. So how do you actually do that? Well, here's a super simple filter. Step 1, get crystal clear on your goal. What are you trying to achieve? Step 2, look at the person giving you advice. Have they actually succeeded in that exact area? And then, step 3, you either take their advice to heart or you just politely let it go. Easy. This third one, it's all about patience. Everyone will eventually show you exactly who they are. All you have to do is give them time. It's a reminder that a person's real character isn't in what they say on day 1. It's in what they do consistently over the long haul. And this breaks it down perfectly. See, people start with words and promises, but it's their actions day in and day out that create a pattern, and that pattern is their true character. Not the sales pitch they gave you at the beginning. The only thing you need to see it is time. So we've covered the social world. Now it's time to turn inward. The next few realizations are all about mastering your own mind, your own approach to life. And this brings us to number 4, which is a huge mental shift. Be smart enough to create your own opportunities. This is all about moving from being passive to being active. You're not waiting around for a lucky break or for someone to open a door for you. You're the one building the door. And just look at the difference here. On the left side, you're just a passenger in your own life, totally dependent on luck. But on the right, you're the driver. You rely on your own actions. The idea is that by 45, you should be living firmly on the right side of this chart. You're self-driven. Now, realization number 5 is a really beautiful one. It starts with this. The secret to happiness is freedom. Simple enough, but then it asks, okay, so what's the secret to freedom? And the answer is just one single powerful word: courage. So the path to true freedom really boils down to this 2-step process. It isn't complicated, but man, it isn't easy either. It all starts with finding your courage. Courage is the key that unlocks the door, but then you actually have to take action to walk through it. That's how freedom becomes your reality. And now for the final one. And honestly, this might be the toughest pill to swallow of them all. You will always have some sort of conflict going on in your life. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Conflict isn't just a visitor, it's a permanent roommate. So, if conflict is a constant, if there's always going to be something, then what are you supposed to do? You can't outrun it. You can't fight it off forever. That's just exhausting. So what's the answer? There it is. You must learn to enjoy it. This is the ultimate mindset jujitsu. It's not about loving pain. It's about embracing the challenge. It's realizing you can't stop the waves, so you might as well learn to surf. It's finding the energy in navigating the struggle because the struggle is always going to be there. So these 6 realizations, they're not really a checklist to finish by 45. They're more like a guide to a wiser way of living. But there's one final little warning that comes with this, especially about that last lesson. Yeah, there's a little footnote added about that final really tough lesson, the one about learning to enjoy conflict. It seems this one is by far the hardest piece of wisdom for people to actually get. 60. The claim is that most people don't truly grasp that final lesson about embracing conflict until they're 60 years old. It's like the final boss of life wisdom, and it apparently takes most of us an extra 15 years to finally figure it out. And that really brings us to the final question for you. Looking back at these 6 ideas, which one hits you the hardest? Which one do you feel you need to work on right now? The advice says you should know these by 45 or 60 for the last one, but the real question is, why wait?